I think the favorite part is the scenery. It's what I've heard from, what I read ahead of time, and it just hasn't disappointed at all.
So I've been reading about the BDR routes for the last 4 or 5 years, been reading about other people's trips, and now I finally get a chance to do it.
So yeah, man, this is first time riding for a long time, and just wanted to get out to Colorado and enjoy some of the mountains, the fresh air, and it's just been awesome, man. I mean, the trails, the staff, the guides, the food's been great, the lodging's been great. I can't say enough just about the whole experience.
For me, actually, the valleys, as you come down into the valleys, the beauty that's there, and seeing the streams or the rivers or the lakes, and the people that are out recreating, having a great time, with this absolutely angelic scenery that's behind them, has been my favorite.
I think the favorite part so far I've had is the people. It's been a fun adventure just coming out here and meeting these people and learning their stories and see how they ride and doing all that. And the ride itself, there's so many different terrains and so many different views and vistas. It's just one great piece after the next. You can't really say that the first is the best or the last is the best. That, the whole ride is great, but the people that you meet is a whole other story. I mean, we've been here for 3 days now, 4 days now, and you really make some friendships. It's really a nice thing to be able to come out here and find all these different people and from different parts of the country that have the same likes and the same interests that we have. And you can sit down and talk about motorcycles and talk about that hill that we just climbed and the great views and all the fun that we've had on the BDR today.
So I'm basically kind of a novice off-roader, and so I was able to do the first 2 days, but after that I was in over my head, and so Scott worked with me to get some nice roundabouts that had some beautiful scenery and were easy to follow so that I could meet up with the group on the other end. So that worked out really great for me.
I read a lot about this trip, and I had promised my son when he graduated from college that I would take a cross-country motorcycle trip with him. Little did I know he would ever complete college, so now he has, and now we're doing this. And it's a great trip. Scott and the guys, his crew, are great. Lori, his wife, is wonderful. The accommodations have been top-notch. My idea of a great motorcycle ride is ride hard all day and then find a hotel and climb in with 400 thread count sheets. So that's kind of what we did, and it was a great trip.
The scenery is just overwhelming. There just isn't words to describe the scenery. The riding is actually, for me, pleasantly been more technical and more challenging than I had anticipated, because I really enjoy more difficult riding, and I thought maybe this would just be gravel roads, but it's been a great selection of rocky terrain and all kinds of wooded areas, which has been fantastic.
The talent's anywhere from intermediate to advanced, and everybody makes you feel really welcome, and I just it's awesome, man. I'm glad I'm out of Texas and in Colorado today. So, oh dude, the trails, man. There's been some good trails. The other day we got lost a little bit. That was extra. That was pretty cool. Just had a blast, man. Everything from rocks to single to double. A couple water crossings the other day. I think we did 4 in one day. That was kind of unexpected. Just a feeling of freedom. And I'm not sure I'm ready to go back, but at some point I think I got to go back. Here we are, Lake City, Colorado.
I have to say the highlights of this trip, in addition to just the scenery and the motorcycling, is very much the team that supports this expedition. They've got Southern roots, and hospitality is where it's at. Every night our bags are in our room. We're all checked in. They just hand you a key, and when you're completely spent after a day of motorcycling, it's just such a nice touch to not have to think about checking in and registering, and everything's taken care of. So it's been a ton of fun, and just very, very high-class people that are both on the tour as well as supporting the tour. It's been a real experience. I
was impressed with myself that I managed to get Hagerman Pass done. But then after that, took the workarounds and did some great scenic riding on the highways, and had a much more relaxing day and much less adventure. Every time you take a turn, the scenery changes.
And then these towns that we've been stopping in has just been unbelievable, quaint Colorado towns that you would never imagine to get to unless you did it by motorcycle. So I'm just having a great time, and I hope to do it again.
The highlights of the trip, of course, the group of people I was with, meeting all those new friends, riding 1,000 miles with my son, all backcountry. That was a highlight. The low light was probably when we came up to a mud puddle and I slowed down and he sped by at 30 miles an hour and drenched me with head to toe in mud. And he got a big kick out of it, but he doesn't know he's cut off of the inheritance. So it's been a great trip. The guys are great and well worth it.